Hi, everybody. Welcome to Drag Chat. Hi, Rosemary.
Hi Z, where are you?
I'm hiding. This week was Divine Inspirations and the ugliest dress theme, and I don't know if I want to show myself.
Oh, come on, you're probably absolutely beautiful as always.
I don't know. Okay, here I am.
Oh
I tried to warn you, bitch.
no! You're still gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, aren't I, though? Oh, I feel like Divine was a surrogate mother between Bianca Del Rio and Trixie Mattel. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Oh, the things I do for you people out there. Oh, I never do this shit. Anyways, let's get to this week's episode. It was a fun episode with reading is fundamental and divine inspirations, featuring John Waters films. There was a lot to talk about, so let's get started with workroom chit chat. Find anything interesting in the workroom this week, Rosemary?
Well, it wasn't really interesting, but I mean, we kind of knew that the reaction of Trixie coming back, what it was going to be, and most everyone was a little bit annoyed, to say the least, you know. But I can understand why. It's not that she's bad or anything like that. It's just that they were ready to finish up, and here they have to add another week, another character, do it all over again. So I get it.
I think the word annoyed was putting it mildly. They were straight out pissed, and they showed it too.
That they
Oh
did.
well. Oh well. They knew it was going to happen. Rue does it every year, so it was eventually going to happen sometime. So get over it, girls. The other thing that I caught up in the workroom was Miss Faye was kind of letting it be known that she was not happy with the nonchalant attitude that Pearl has, towards this competition. And Pearl even admitted herself that she was coasting through it. She's not a standout, good or bad. She's just coasting.
Yep. Yep.
So at least she knows.
Yeah, and
She's
she's
starting
doing
to
a
get
good job of it. She's still
yeah.
there, right? She's still there.
She's still there, bitch. Anyways, no. Reading is fundamental. What'd you think of this one? We knew it was coming.
I love the reading is fundamental challenge because I love the creativity of these ladies when they get together and they start ranking on each other. I mean, that's what we used to call it back in the day, ranking. They call it reading now. But you have to be
Uh,
so creative and on your feet and boom, boom, boom. And some of them were really good. Some of them were really good. I think one of the ones that I liked was when Ginger said to Fame, I think everything about you is original except for your lips, those cheeks, and everything you present in front of the judges on the runway.
I know. And I wonder, was it a joke or did she really mean that?
I think she meant it. Did you have
I
any?
believe. Pardon?
Did you have any that stood out to you?
Well, Katya I thought was funny, but we knew she would be funny because she's hysterical.
Yeah, she is.
And, they really gave it to her. And Trixie was really funny, of course. We expected that from her. I think one of the standout funny moments, though, was actually Pearl. At the very end of her read, she started to read RuPaul, and RuPaul's like,
Yes.
there's the door.
I thought that was so cool because I don't think any of them ever did that to her before.
No, and Ru wasn't expecting it either. That was hysterical. I was disappointed in Miss Fame. She just was not funny at all.
No,
She tried, but it just didn't work, and
no.
oh well. But Trixie ended up winning, and yay, came back with a vengeance there, I thought.
Mm-hmm. I thought
Good for
Trixie. I thought
her.
she did very well. I thought she did very well.
She did. She was funny. They were all pretty funny, except for Miss Fame. Poor girl. Oh well. The main challenge this week, all the queens had to separate into groups, and again, it was another acting challenge, and I'm getting tired of these, but this one was all based on John Waters films. John Waters. Rosemary, you're not real familiar with his movies, are you?
No, I'm not. I know who Divine is, but I wasn't familiar with the movies.
Okay. The movies that they chose were Pink Flamingos and Female Trouble, which are two cult classics. I mean, they're really bad movies, but they're great movies because they're so bad, you know? They're what really made Divine a star and John Waters a star. Some of the movies that you may know by John Waters, because he did end up coming into the mainstream, was Serial Mom with Kathleen Turner.
Yes.
Did you ever?
I saw that one.
Of
Yes.
course, and then of course the most famous one was Hairspray, and that one's even been remade already. The original starred Ricky Lake and Divine and Sonny Bono and Deborah Harry, and the new one has John Travolta
Yeah.
playing the Divine part. So that's his most famous one. So he's been around, and his stuff was really, really bad, but he ended up in the mainstream after all. So I thought it was a lot of fun that they were going to have to do parodies or takeoffs on some of his most memorable scenes from Pink Flamingos, which is the worst movie ever. It's so disturbing. And Female Trouble. First up, we had, doing a parody from Female Trouble, the infamous scene about the cha-cha heels. I want my cha-cha heels for Christmas, damn it! With Katya and Kennedy Davenport. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it, Katya's part in the movie, she plays Kennedy's mother, but in the movie, she's very, demure and quiet as a mouse, kind of like Edith Bunker was. So to see Katya turn this and flip it on its fucking coin was just hysterical to me.
Well, I tell you, I never saw the movie, but I thought Katya was amazing. And I have to give Kennedy Davenport her props too, because I thought she was fabulous. I never laughed so hard. I kept playing it over and over again because I just thought it was so freaking funny. Especially when she said, I want my shoes, and she throws the tree on top of Katya. And Katya's legs go all the way back. It was hysterical. That was the best. That was the best.
Well, the finished product was really great, but it took a lot to get Kennedy to remember her fucking lines and to know what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And there's so many times they showed Katya going, hello, I'm doing my part, but this bitch isn't doing what she's supposed to be doing here.
But she came through,
Even Michelle's like, you're supposed to throw the fucking Christmas tree on top of her now. I mean, the finished product came out good, but getting it done was a bitch, for Kennedy to get it done. Katya was on point the whole time. I love this girl. I really do. Next up was eggs. The infamous egg scene from Pink Flamingos with Ginger and Trixie Mattel. What'd you think of this one?
And there again, I wasn't familiar with the movie, but I loved Ginger's acting. I think she's a natural. She's brilliant at everything that she does. She really is. I hope that, after all of this is said and done, her career just, blossoms and goes, because she deserves it. She's great. She's a great entertainer. She's great on TV. The camera loves her. She was fabulous. I loved it.
Yeah, she was great. Trixie was really good too, but Ginger outshined her.
Yes.
But you know what? That's kind of not Trixie's fault because of the parts that they had. The character that Ginger was playing is a huge standout in the film.
Oh, okay.
That whole scene was just a standout in the film. That's why I think they chose to parody it. So, and Ginger channeled her 100%. If and when you do see this movie, 1, bring your barf bag with you. 2, a really big bottle of wine. And then you'll see what this scene is all about. The last scene was called Pooh. And it was based on the most disturbing scene of Pink Flamingos, the most famous scene in any of John Waters' films, and that's at the very end of Pink Flamingos where Divine reaches down under a real dog and picks up real dog shit and eats it right there on camera.
Oh, God. I can't
Oh my
imagine.
gosh. Oh my gosh. So the parody was done by Violet, Pearl, and Miss Fame, with Violet in the center playing the divine part, Pearl playing the good conscience, and Miss Fame playing, the evil conscience. What'd you think of this trio?
I didn't like it at all. I didn't see anything funny, and I don't mean because of the whole dog poo thing. I think they had a excellent piece of material to play with. They could have made it brilliant, and it just left me like, well, what's going on? I don't get it. I didn't like it at all. The acting sucked. Everything they did was bad. The makeup was bad. The singing was bad. I just didn't like it at all.
Yeah, well, now everybody's makeup except for Ginger's and Kennedy's, everybody was playing Divine's part, so they were inspired by Divine's makeup. That's why it was so outrageous.
Right,
I'll
right.
give them that. But these three, Pearl kept fucking up and couldn't remember her fucking lines. Miss Fame, I think she was the best of the three because she was so animated and just really hamming it up for the
Yeah,
camera, with her tongue and her
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and running around and all that. I mean, yeah, she went a little too far, but at least she was doing fucking something.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to judge out of the three, I think Miss Fame was the best out of them. She
Mm-hmm.
is the only one who offered anything to the whole scene,
Yeah.
and having, the most famous John Waters scene, with Divine ever, that it was a big letdown for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, girls. Well, my dear, what did you think of RuPaul's Look this week?
Loved it. I loved that gown. I like that style, that's different, but yet it hugs her body. And I love the design in the front, the picture of her, I loved it. I loved the colors, everything about it I loved. I loved the whole look.
It was fun. It was supposed to be, the theme was ugliest dress, but it's like, RuPaul, if you really wanted to do, an ugly dress, you should have worn the one you wore a few weeks ago. The one that we
That's
kept calling
right. That's
You know,
right.
hashtag butt fucking ugly.
That's right. That's the one she should have worn.
Yeah, this one, very star booty, very, I don't know, neo.
Mm-hmm.
I kept thinking of a roller disco,
Yeah, yeah.
when I saw it. So I loved it too. I thought it was great. It
Mm-hmm.
was such a big switch up from what she's been doing, and it was a breath of fresh air and just a nice change to see for me.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I totally agree.
Okay, next up we've got the Rapid Runway, where we're going to give our thoughts on the Queen's outfits in one sentence or less. That is, of course, if Rosemary remembers the rules. Now, Rosemary tends to while we're doing this, so sometimes she forgets. Anyways, the theme was the ugliest dress, or as we here at Drag Chat like to call it, hashtag butt fucking ugly. First up, we have Kennedy Davenport.
I didn't think it was ugly, ugly. I mean, she was just like a church lady. It was comedy, but it wasn't. I don't think it met the mark of being the ugliest dress. It didn't meet the mark for me.
Well, in that paragraph, I have to agree with you. Um, My thought was, we saw it before. It looked like almost the exact same dress that she wore in that mini challenge where they had to dress up as old ladies. Remember
Oh,
that?
that's right. No, that was the Soul Train thing, right? The Soul Train
Yeah,
dance. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
yeah. I
That's
looked.
right.
Here's the picture from that mini challenge, and here's this one. It's not the same dress, but it's the same style, same
Yeah,
everything. It looked.
yeah,
I thought it was the same fucking dress. So
yeah.
saw it before. Oh my gosh, you got me caught up in these talk. We're supposed to be doing rapid runway here. Next up was Katya.
Katya met the challenge. She met the challenge. That was one butt fuck ugly dress. That was an ugly dress. It was perfect.
Did you ever hear of that movie Coyote Ugly?
Yes.
Well, this was crochet ugly. It was just ugly. That's all. Next up, Ginger Minj.
Ginger Minj is just so damn cute. Yeah, the dress was ugly, but she's still adorable. When she walked out in that thing, you just wanted to go up there and give her a hug. It was, it wasn't as ugly as I think it should have been. Maybe if she ripped it or something, but she was adorable. She was adorable, so I don't think she met the challenge on that one either.
Yeah, all I wrote down was she was cute.
Yeah.
I mean, the dress fit her. It was tailored. It was just ugly colors was all.
Yeah.
So I don't think she met the challenge either.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ginger. Next, we have Trixie Mattel.
I think Trixie met the challenge because that was an ugly dress. and I'm embarrassed to say I had a dress very similar to that one. So, yes, I think Trixie met the challenge.
I wrote down ugly 80s prom dress.
That's right.
But I do have to say this. I loved her makeup on the
Yes.
runway.
Yes.
It was toned down and she was really pretty. So cheers on her for that. Maybe that's how she was going for the ugly, by trying to do pretty makeup.
Right.
Who knows? Next up, we have Pearl.
And Pearl was adorable too. It was like a little girl dress with black and white with little polka dots. I mean, it was cute. There was nothing ugly about it. Her makeup was a little bit off. Maybe she was going for the ugly in the face. I don't know, but I liked it. I thought it was a cute outfit.
Yeah, but as far as the makeup, the challenge was ugliest dress.
Right.
Not ugliest makeup. And the dress was cute. And she even admitted that she felt cute in that dress.
Yeah.
Bitch, that's not the fucking challenge here. So she missed the mark totally, totally, totally.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Violet Chachki.
Violet Chachki was adorable. I liked the dress. I used to be a clown very many years ago, entertaining children, and that looked like one of the outfits that I wore. So I liked it.
All I thought of was hashtag PPP. Pride, Parade, Puke. Oh my gosh. That was just, to me, it was just ugly. Ugh. That's something you'd see in a drunken haze at the end of a pride parade, being dangled at the end of a float. So, hashtag PPP. Last but not least, we have Miss Fame. What did you think?
She was absolutely beautiful. Even in that muumuu, she was absolutely beautiful. And the dress wasn't ugly at all. It wasn't ugly at all. So she definitely missed the mark real bad. Because she was the most beautiful of them all.
Well, she's always the most beautiful of them all. But the gown, it wasn't ugly. It wasn't, couture. It was an ugly color as far as I'm concerned. But I think what she was going for was going way against her stereotype of, the beautiful statuesque figure and, making herself huge like a big, circus tent. I think that's what she was, trying to do.
Right.
And unfortunately, it didn't work. But
No, it didn't.
it's Miss Fame, she can't help but be fucking pretty.
I know.
Fuck her, fuck her. Fuck you, Miss Fame. You can't help but be pretty. I hate you. Actually, I love you. Now, before we get into the bottom two and the winner of the challenge, Miss RuPaul just had to have some runway drama, where she asked who deserves to go home tonight and why? Everyone said Miss Fame, except for Violet, who thought that it should be Trixie Mattel because, Trixie just came back and she said that Trixie should be kept under a microscope.
Hmm.
And then Miss Fame herself just, politely said, fuck these bitches,
That's right. That's right.
and called out Pearl. What do you think of everybody's responses here?
Well, first of all, I was surprised that they all, went to Miss Fame, because I thought for sure they were going to say Trixie because she just got back,
Right?
or even Pearl because she's so laid back, and a lot of them had complained about that. So when they zeroed in on Miss Fame, I was like thrown back. I was like, what? It didn't make sense to me. But then again, maybe there's stuff going on in Untucked that I haven't been watching, so I don't know what's going on in the background. But I was very surprised that they zeroed in on Miss Fame.
I was too. And, I think it's jealousy.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. Because, and I'll say this, they all say, that Miss Fame's not a performer. And she's not.
Mm-hmm.
She's a makeup artist and a model. Um, you know, she's well known for that. She's highly respected in that field. And I think the others are just simply jealous of the fact that Miss Fame, her drag is becoming famous for not having to work the nightclubs, not having to work the drag circuits. She chose a different path with her drag, and I think they're jealous of it.
Yeah.
That's, my opinion of them, of what they think.
Yeah.
The only one that I think really gave an honest answer was Violet, by saying, Trixie came back. And Trixie should have been held under a microscope. She didn't do great, in the runway challenge, for Ugliest Dress. She got overshadowed by Ginger in the main challenge. So, Violet had at least a valid point to what she was saying.
Right. I agree. I agree.
And Miss Fame just cracked me up when she said, fuck these bitches.
Even RuPaul chuckled at that.
Yeah. But I also like what, Miss Fame did have a point also by calling out Pearl. Because as I've said all this time, Miss Fame is trying. She's trying to learn, and to grow by every challenge. She takes the good compliments with the bad critiques, and she tries to learn from them. And here she's watching Pearl, just not give a shit. And I think that would be irritating,
Mm-hmm.
to me as well. So I think she did have a little point there with what she was saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
The winner of the challenge was Ginger Minj. What do you think?
I thought the winner should have been Katya, but then only because I'm only
Thank
basing it.
you.
I'm only basing it on what I see, not on the movie itself. Just her acting. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought she was hysterical. So I would have given it to Katya.
I would have given it to Katya for the way she took an unmemorable character in the film and turned it into something brand new. Even John Waters said that, and Rue said it too, and they all said it, that she took this character that was nothing and turned it into something. Where Ginger took a character and basically just amped it up a little bit,
Oh, okay.
because the character was already that, revved up. And so she just amped it up a little bit. But I'm including, not just the acting challenge, but the runway looks together as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Katya had it because Ginger's look on the runway just was not, I don't think she did it.
That's
Where
right.
Katya, who the hell wears macrame, yellow macrame on stage?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, Katya was the only one really of the lot that got the challenge right, as far as I'm concerned. The dresses were ugly,
Yeah.
but hers was like atrocious. So I give it to her hands down.
All right, the bottom two happen to be Pearl, one of your favorites, and Miss Fame, one of my favorites. And Miss Fame is the one who ended up sashaying away. What are your thoughts?
I agree with that because she talked about Pearl acting like she didn't give a shit and, under the radar and all of this stuff. And she did the same thing. She's lip syncing for her life. And she's just like, just blah. She wasn't doing anything. I thought Pearl definitely overshadowed her and, did a much better job at the lip syncing. She fought for it and won.
You mean in the lip sync?
Yeah.
Well, in the lip sync, um, I watched it again, and I watched their facial expressions and their arms only, because with Miss Fame wearing that circus tent, you couldn't see what she was doing with her body,
Right.
where you could with Pearl. And I think that's what hurt her in the lip sync. Because if you watch, just their arms and their facial expressions, they were on, neck and neck with each other.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
that you couldn't see anything that Miss Fame was doing with that circus tent around her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as far as the lip sync goes, yeah. For overall, for the challenge and everything, no, I thought Pearl should have gone home.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Oh.
Miss Fame was better in the challenge. She was more memorable than Violet or Pearl was, in their video.
Mm-hmm.
And I think her dress, even though everybody thought it was pretty, I thought it was still uglier than Pearl's. Pearl's was just a baby doll cutesy dress.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah.
but based on the lip sync, yeah, okay. Oh well. Bye, Miss Fame. This is killing me.
She was a pleasure to watch. She really was. I really enjoyed her.
She was the underdog, and she was in my top three almost every single week,
Mm-hmm.
for the top three predictions because she was an underdog. And I said it almost every week that I keep her in the top three because she keeps trying, she keeps trying to learn and grow, and,
Mm-hmm.
she does her best. And even in her exit package, at the end, she said that she was going to continue, taking acting classes and things like that. And, she's not giving up. She's going to continue to learn. And I think that's great. Cheers to her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm going to miss her pretty face. I'll tell you that.
Yes,
Because out of all these seasons, Miss Fame was, absolutely one of the most beautiful queens to ever grace that stage.
I
And
agree.
probably hands down one of the best makeup artists that show has ever seen, other than Rue's
Mm-hmm.
personal
Mm-hmm.
makeup artist.
Yeah.
But, oh well. Bye, Miss Fame. We'll miss you. I'll miss you, that's for sure. Just won't be the same without you, honey. Now it's my favorite part of the show. Drag cat and drag rat. Drag cat are the ones who are absolutely perfect. And drag rat are the ones who need to go eat the moldy cheese out by the motherfucking dumpsters. But this week, we gotta switch things up because Miss RuPaul switched things up on us. The theme on the runway was the ugliest dress. So for us to pick our drag cat, we have to pick who was the ugliest on the stage. And for our drag rat, it's going to be who was the prettiest on stage. Follow me? I hope so, because here we go. Rosemary, who was your drag cat?
My drag cat was Katya, because that was a horrendous dress that she wore. But her face was still pretty, but the dress was horrible. So she's my drag cat.
Well, my drag cat was hashtag PPP, Pride Parade Puke, Miss Violet Chachki. As much as I thought Katya's dress was ugly, 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 and it was, I mean, hashtag butt fucking ugly. But to me, with as many Pride parades as I've been to, that was the ugliest Pride fucking dress I'd ever seen. So I'm giving it to Violet, which is kind of funny. I think this is the first time Violet's ever made my drag cat. And here she does it for being ugly. Oh well. Okay, drag rat. Or who did you find the prettiest in the ugliest dress challenge?
That has to be Miss Fame. Even though she's going away, I have to give it to her. I thought she was absolutely beautiful in that muumuu.
You stop that now! Stop picking on my girl! It's not her fault she's so beautiful. Again, Miss Fame, fuck you for being so pretty. My drag rat was Pearl.
Oh.
I thought she was just cute. And I'm like, girl, you're not supposed to be cute. And you're definitely not supposed to admit on stage that you think you're cute either.
Yeah.
So,
Especially when you're supposed to
Pearl,
be ugly.
uh-huh. Okay, Rosemary, based on what's going on, who have you got set as the top three going for the crown?
Well, my top three, of course, Pearl. I'm still a Pearl fan. And Ginger. And Katya. I thought Katya really brought it this week for me. I fell madly in love with her acting and everything about her. So those are my top three for this week.
You brought Kaya into your top three. I knew she'd get to you sooner or later. Well, my top three are Ginger, surprise. Kaya, surprise, surprise, surprise. And Trixie Mattel. I think Trixie is going to come back with a vengeance here. We'll
Yeah.
see, but
Yeah.
right now, I've got Trixie up there.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of our top three, yours or mine, are going to win it. You know who I think is going to win this?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me that you think Kennedy
Kennedy,
Davenport is going to win it.
Kennedy Davenport. And do you know why? Do you know why I think that?
Why, pray tell?
Because she's the one I don't want to win it the most.
Okay. No.
And I think that's going to happen this year. It's going to be Kennedy Davenport, the one nobody, well, I don't know if nobody, but me, I don't fucking don't want her to win. I want her to go home like 4 weeks ago.
No. I'm sad that Miss Fame left, but I would be devastated if Kennedy won over Pearl or even over Ginger. I mean, Ginger's been phenomenal. Phenomenal. I would go see her on Broadway tomorrow if she had a show. And she should have her own show.
She will. She will. Ginger has spent most of her career, doing her shows, hosting shows, in her city and doing the pageantry system, as I told you before. So this is a whole new platform for her, for everybody to get to see her. So she's got a platform. Let's see where she goes with it, Don't know if she'll win. I got her in my top three. I've had her in my top three every week, so I know you have too. So let's just see where she goes. I think she'll go far. I really do. Now, there is something I wanted to talk to you about that I didn't have on the list, and I'm a little worried about Katya. We've got her placed in our top threes, and, you finally woke up here. What are you doing, a pearl on me? And, not noticing what Katya's got going. But I'm a little worried about her now that Miss Fame is gone. Because Miss Fame had become her sober companion.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So
well, you never know. Maybe Miss Fame will still continue to be, but behind the scenes.
Well, she's gone. They take them and they're taken away from the set. They don't hang around. They're gone.
Oh, okay.
As soon as they walk off stage, they are packed up and taken away.
Yeah.
If Miss Fame were still there, she's 9 years sober. I think she could handle it. But with Katya only being, a little over a year sober, and everybody around her, drinking and, and kind of living it up, I'm a little worried for her.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Katya, if you're listening, dear, keep your strength up, girl. You've made it this far, and you can make it even farther.
That's right.
Well, we would like to thank you for stopping by and watching another episode of Drag Chat. We have a lot of fun doing these things. It's fun watching the show. It's fun talking about the show. We would also like to hear what you think about the show. So, leave your comments. Tweet us. Let us know what you think, good or bad. What you think of the bottom two. What did you think of our drag cats and our drag rats? Don't hold back. Rosemary can take it. I can't, but she can. So don't hold back. Let us know. Hey, she was in the military. And look at me, huh? Hello? So thanks again, everybody. Until we see you next time, you have a great week, you have fun, and you get home safe. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DragChat.
Follow us on Facebook.
Don't forget to subscribe by clicking below.